all of the things that you so earnestly and rightly long for are yours. But they don't appear to be yours because they're hidden under all of your mental structures, your beliefs, your opinions, either that you created or that were handed down by your ancestors and their ancestors before them. And it is high time that you, as many as you are capable of taking the necessary action, can launch into a wholesale reupholstering of your mental program. Strip away the myths, strip away the boogeymen, your fears, your despair, your frustrations, your anguish, and wake up, stand up, and realize they are all in your mind, born of your personal mental conditioning, and get rid of them. As you get rid of and you sweep away all doubt and believe that it will bring you into prosperity, joy, and fulfillment to the extent that you can rid your minds and emotions of old thoughts and feelings, this is what was meant when it was said, I came to bring you life more abundant. I'm going to tell you this again here, and I'm going to break it down for you even more. The things that you earnestly and rightly long for, they're yours, but they don't appear to be yours. And the reason why they're not in your hand right now, the reason why you do not have them, is because you yourself, personally, you have blocked them because of the beliefs that you hold within you, the opinions that you have, and the things that were literally handed down to you in your DNA by your ancestors and the ancestors before them. I believe this is why there are so many people that are coming here to me, having private sessions with me, and that it's just going straight into past lives, and I'm not even directing this, but this is where it is going, because it has got to the point where we have karmically sped up here on this planet. So people have really done lots of the inner work, and now it is time to do the work that the ancestors didn't even know. They didn't even know that there was work to do. They didn't even know how to do the thing, and they just started believing these things, and genetically, through your DNA, passed it down to you, which is why sometimes you're like, man, I don't know why I feel this way, but I do. It's because of that. Or why you believe, oh, it's just the way that I am. No, it ain't. Because these things were passed down, and you were playing them out. You were playing out the beliefs. But all these things that you want for, that you long for, they are truly yours. They're already sitting there. They're already waiting for you to just reach out and grab them. And I know people say this. They say this, and it's the most frustrating thing, because it's like, what am I doing? What exactly do I need to do? Because I want that thing right now. Well, even the fact that you don't have it right now and you want it right now is showing the universe that you do not have it. You're playing the chord of, I don't have it. And you're like, okay, well, do I lie to the universe? It's not lying to the universe. This is the process of creation. It begins with consciousness. It begins in the mind. When you can stand up and realize they are all in your mind. They're all in your mind. Every single one of them. Every problem, every fear, every illusion, everything that you have, it is all in your mind, my dear. You know this. Because when you're not thinking about it, that thing is not in your life. It doesn't exist in your life. You bring it in through thought, through mind. And you think, oh, I want, I don't have, I want. And so the universe goes, oh, they're wanting. Oh, they're not having. And it responds by giving you more want and by giving you more of not having. It responds to what it is that you are. So when you have, you're like, oh, so focus on the little bit that you do have. Let's say that you want more money, focus on the bit that you've got. And be like, man, I got money. I can go buy myself this right now if I wanted to. I've got money. It always comes in. You know what's crazy, man? Even considering how I really didn't work for quite some time, like there was quite an extended period that I didn't, And I always say, though, every time I check my bank account, there's more money in there. And like, I've seriously had to like examine it of where is it actually coming from, because I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing any payments that are in there, but the total amount goes up. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even need to look and dig and search, because I did. I looked and there was no explanation for it. Everything was legit. Everything was as it was. But there was always more, and there was always more than what I was even expecting. But I've been saying this for quite some time, like, man, every time I open my bank, there's actually more than what I thought that there was in there, like significantly more. And so it continues to happen because I speak about it and I get proof of it every time I see it, which reinforces it even more. Was that always the case? It wasn't even in my mind before, but as soon as I began to focus on it and think these good positive thoughts around it, because this is what I was witnessing, this was the result of it. So all of these things that do not appear to be yours are not yours only because of you. Not because you weren't working hard enough, you weren't doing the thing, because you didn't have enough hours in your day to make this much more, or to do this or to do that. No, it is literally because you have blocked it somewhere mentally. Through believing that, you're not important, you're not valuable, you're not worthy, things don't come easy, you got to work really hard. There's like, we're not even going to get into it, because there's literally thousands of beliefs that you could hold within you that would block things from coming to you. And it is your job, that's your job, is to go in there and to find them all and to get rid of them. And it's like, oh, how easy is that? Well, you know what? It can actually be really easy when you just have the intent of doing something like this for yourself every single day. Okay, I'm going to get rid of one little thing. Okay, so what thought is it? Okay, well, I believe that I'm not good at taking care of plants. Okay, let's start it with something simple, something believable. Come up with something that is easily comparable to that in your life that you've been believing about yourself, that is like, it has an outcome of, well, your plants suck, or something like this, something along these lines. Come up with something that is really simple, like a really simple place to start, where you just believe that you're not actually maybe good at something. Because you are. That's the thing. And you'd be like, no, I'm not. You haven't seen me do this. You haven't seen me. You know what? When people don't like something and when they think that they're not good at it, how often do they practice it or try it? Never, right? So how many people have I been like, oh, you want to paint? Oh, I suck at painting. How many times have you painted in your life? Oh, like 3. Okay, so why do you think that maybe you're not that great at painting, but when you hold these beliefs inside yourself of, oh, I'm not good at this or that, it automatically deters us away from that thing, reinforcing that thing that we believe that, we thought 15, 20 years ago, and then that's who I am. But no, it's just a thing that you think. It's just a thought that you have in your head, and it's purely based in your mind. It is all just in your mind, born of your personal mental conditioning, and you can get rid of it. So what is something simple that you could start with today? And just clear that belief of, oh, I'm not very good at cooking. Well, you know what? Have you tried it? Have you done it? What were you thinking the whole entire time that you were cooking? Were you thinking, oh, I'm going to burn it? Oh, I'm not going to, whatever. What thoughts? It's all mind. Everything is all mind. And so if you could go in there and you could examine, okay, why do I think I'm not good at this? Okay, well, because this is what happened in the past. Okay, you burnt the water. Well, were you paying attention? Were you staying in the kitchen the whole time? Did you have your ingredients lined up? You can do anything that you want to do, but when you believe that you cannot, then you cannot. So if you were to go through your mind in your life, truly, and examine these little things that you believe, that you think about yourself that are just total BS, but you believe it because you tried it one time and it didn't do the thing, and so now you think this. If you could go through there and you could actually eradicate that, you could see just truly how awesome you actually are. And by seeing how awesome you are, you get rid of the heaviness that is in your energetic system. That heaviness that tells you that you're not awesome, that heaviness that carries a low vibration, and that you're walking around, you're spreading it with you at all the things, everywhere you go, all day long. You don't even know you're doing it, but you are. And as you get rid of that, then all of a sudden what comes in and replaces it? Well, something that's higher vibe, something that's the truth, because when you don't believe that you suck anymore and you believe that you're awesome, that's pretty high vibe. And so now you're carrying around higher vibration things, and because you now believe you're awesome, well, you get what happens to awesome people. Well, they meet other awesome people. They have awesome opportunities. They have awesome chances. All the awesome things start to vibrate in your life, all because you believe differently. Stand up and realize all of this is in your mind, Everything is in your mind. Everything you witness, everything you experience, all of it has begun and it has ended in your mind. And when you replay things from the past that didn't go how you thought that you wanted them to go, you get more and more and more of them, rather than learning the lesson of, hey, maybe that ain't my thing, man. Okay, hey, maybe that ain't my thing either. When we have something that doesn't work out, let's give an example here. Let's say that you're in a relationship and it doesn't pan out how you wanted it to. It didn't end how you thought that it should end. Okay, well, you could take something like that and you could be destroyed and heartbroken and all the things that come along with it. Totally natural. That just happens. That's how it goes. But the sooner that you could go into that and you could realize, oh, this happened for me. This is happening for me. Not because I suck, but because maybe I need some work. Because I wasn't being honest. Because I wasn't this. Because I wasn't that. Because I was too trusting. Because I saw all the signs and I did nothing about it. Because of the... Who knows why the thing happened, but you know why. And all of it has to do with your mind and your personal mindset. And when you could see and when you could understand, when you could look at that thing and you could think, oh, wow, okay, no, I know that this is happening for me. Okay, so I know that that obviously wasn't the thing for me then. So obviously there's something that is much better and way more aligned with me somewhere else, or that would have been the thing. Right? When you can believe that everything's truly happening for you, then you can take these things that feel like they're happening at you or to you, and you can go, no, I know that everything happens for me. And so if it's happening for me, then that must mean that there's something better. And then that must mean that I needed to let go of this thing, or that this thing needed to end, so that I could welcome something new in my life. So I'd have, the right amount of energy so that things would be aligned. They're always happening for you. And when you believe this, when you can truly know that all these wonderful things that you really want, they're already yours and they're just sitting there and they're just waiting for you to maybe let something else go. Meaning other energy, maybe a job, maybe people, maybe friends, maybe something like this. Maybe it's a time of setting up boundaries and going through and seeing where am I in my life? Maybe I've been friends with the same people my whole life, which is, totally cool, but are these people really benefiting me? Am I really being high vibe when I'm around them? Are they helping me to grow? What do they think about me? What things do they believe about me? Because they've known me for such a long time that is actually stunting my growth. Because this can happen, so let's say, a kid moves out of the house, they travel across the world, they're like, I feel amazing, I'm so free, I get to do all these things. And then they return back home. And then the parents are like, well, I'm sure you still keep your room all messy, and yeah, you're probably this. And they have all these expectations of your behavior and who you were, and because they hold those in their energetic field, you absorb them because you're in their energetic field, and pretty soon you've been home for 2 months and you feel like you're not like who you were when you left, you're your old self again. You've retracted, and you've absorbed into those energies that are around you when you didn't even know that you did it. And so when you can become aware of this, because our friends can do this for us too, right? They think certain things of us. They believe these certain things about us, and they tell other people about it and they whatnot. And so then when we get in their energetic field, well, we act different. Isn't it weird how you might act different when you're with certain people versus other people? And it's because you're literally picking up the energetic codes that they're sending out, and you're acting on them. Which is why it is so important, especially when you get quite far advanced, when you're working on your mastery and your spiritual development, you're going to notice that the subtle energies aren't actually subtle anymore. They're actually extremely dramatic. And that when you have somebody in your energy field who is an energy drainer, oh, you're going to feel it right away. When you have somebody who's like cohesive and that they're adding to you, you're going to feel it right away. And when you have somebody that's just neutral, you're going to feel it right away. And this is going to be good. You're like, okay, I can hang out with these people, with this person, and it's neutral. I'm not up, I'm not down. Okay, cool. I can like vibe with this person. They're not going to deplete me. They're not going to add, but that's totally cool. Okay, I know I can hang out with this person, and every time that I'm with them, man, I just feel better. I feel like they're adding to me life. Okay, if that is the case, then you need to make sure that you are reciprocal, that you are also giving to that person, because otherwise they're not going to be in your life for very long, because they are probably quite aware, and they'll placate you for a little bit, but then they're going to see, okay, no, you're actually a drain on me, and then they'll get rid of you, unless there's reciprocity that's there. And so you're going to notice those subtle energies. Okay, I feel so good when I left. And then you could examine the conversation that you had. Did I contribute? Did I help them as much as they helped me? And you can look at that, and then if it's like, yeah, that was totally equal, then cool. Then you're good, man. But if you're around somebody and then you feel that you're drained, Even seeing their phone number show up on your phone, or seeing that you're getting a text from them and you're like, ugh, end it. Like, done, over. Why? Because this is your life, baby. It's only yours. It's your life, and you get to decide what it is that you want. Do you want to feel that way, or do you want to feel that way? You get to choose. And people play a huge role in this. And sometimes this is the hard work for people. You know, let's say that somebody hasn't been good to you and you have to cut them off. For some people, that's so difficult that they won't do it. And they will go through their life and they will allow, you know, a person to drain them or to not feel good or whatever, because for some reason they feel like they need to. They don't want to be alone. There's probably a million different reasons under there. You know, they want to be nice. They want to, whatever it is, to their own detriment. And when you can get to a point where you realize, like, no, I matter. And when I leave a situation and then I go on for however long and then I start to feel like crap, this doesn't help anyone. This doesn't help the world. This doesn't help me to accomplish my mission that I'm here on this earth to do. So I'm just done with that. And then when you can cut that off, what you have done is, instead of extending out your energy, like, here, take some energy of mine, because that's what you're doing to all your friends. That's what you're doing to all the people that you hang out with and that you interact with lately. You know, that's what you're doing, is you're giving them your energy. Your presence is your energy. You're giving it to them. And some people will take, and they will take and they'll take, and then you'll leave, and then you'll be like, I'm so tired. I don't know why I feel this way. I know why you feel that way. It's because of this. And so when you can become aware and you can tune into those subtle energies of what is making me feel this way, what is happening, and then you can get rid of all of it. I mean all of it. I mean block it, get rid of it, it's gone, it's done, it's not in your life anymore. Then what are you left with? Your own energy. And you can do what you want with it. And by having your full energy, what are you going to attract to yourself? Oh man, you're going to attract other people that are also in their full energy, other people that are on your level, other people that see you for who you actually are, because maybe they read energy too and they get you, but you only get there when you got the space and the energy, meaning you got the bandwidth for it. But if your bandwidth signal's going out and you're, you know, placating these people and you're hanging out with those and you're busy and you're doing this and you're running that and you're spending all this time with it and you're doing all these things, and then at the end of the day, you don't got any energy left for yourself, you have done something wrong. Because I'm going to tell you this, when you are doing the thing that you're meant to be doing, which obviously you're meant to be doing that thing right now so that you can learn that it's not the thing that you're supposed to be doing, but when you're doing the actual thing that you're supposed to be doing, it gives you energy, it doesn't take it away. You could stay up until 2 in the morning and wake up at 7 and do this day after day after day after day after day. But if you're doing that thing that it is that you want, that you love, that you're passionate about, that you're meant to be doing, you're not going to be tired. You're going to be able to run on no sleep at all. You're going to feel amazing and totally fabulous. But if you're doing that thing that you're not meant to be doing, you might only go and do it however many hours in the day, and then you got to go to sleep early, and then you wake up and you got friggin' 12 hours of sleep and you're still totally exhausted. It's because you're not in alignment. You're not doing the thing. And maybe it's not your work, maybe it's the people that you're hanging out with. Maybe it's the relationships that you're in. Maybe it's that you let people take advantage of you. And you know that it's happening, but you're not really doing anything about it. I don't know what it is for you. But whatever it is that's draining and depleting your energy, maybe it's a bad habit, maybe it's an addiction, maybe it's something, maybe it's needing attention, needing to feel this certain way, and so you get it, and you get it in these little bursts, but then you feel terrible after because you know that's not the way. And whatever it is for you, I don't know what it is for you, but when you can identify and that you can know that the only thing that you're doing is you're trying to placate your own mind into feeling a certain way. You're trying to make yourself feel a certain way that you currently are not feeling because there is something that is within you that is not healed. And that thing that's not healed is like, oh, here, Band-Aids, just give me something. Okay, look, ooh, we're distracted over here. Ooh, we're doing this thing over here. Ooh, we forgot about it. Ooh, now we forgot about it over here. When you placate it with Band-Aids of let's pour alcohol on it, let's do this, let's go have sex, let's do whatever it is, whatever you're doing, it's a Band-Aid. And it's not a permanent fix, right? The Band-Aid's not fixing anything. All it's doing is just trying to keep more stuff from getting into it. And that's what you're trying to do is you're like, I can't let anything get into this wound. I can't get any more. It's already such a bad, extreme wound. I can't deal with it. But when you do deal with it, and then the wound isn't there anymore, and then you don't need the Band-Aids anymore, all of a sudden you're healthy and you feel amazing and you're like, okay, I get it. I see now. I see that what I had to go through was a necessary thing that I had to go through. You know, when I look back and I think about the years when, you know, I was addicted to cocaine, what was I trying to do? Well, I was trying to heal all this anger that I had towards my father. I was trying to heal all this anger that I had towards men of being taken advantage of, like so many times when I was so young. And I see it was all anger. This is why I had kidney stones when I was freaking 16 years old. That's anger. Because I felt taken advantage of. And it had started from the time that I was born. And now I could have been resentful about this, but no, I go into it and I seen this past life with my father, and we pass, and he had done something to me, and I had got revenge on him, and then we die, and then we're like, oh no, we realize, oh, this was about forgiveness. I wasn't supposed to do what I did to you. I was supposed to forgive you, but I didn't. So great. Now what do we got to do? Well, we got to do it again. Okay, well, what does this mean? Okay, well, that means I need to come back and hurt you so that you can forgive me. Okay, cool. And so what has to happen? Well, they got to come here and they got to hurt you so you can forgive them. So you got to learn the lesson. And there's so much behind it that makes you understand and realize that it's really happening for us. Because if you can forgive someone who has hurt you and they've never apologized, wow, it takes a lot, doesn't it? And it makes you become a really strong, powerful person. And it also allows you to never let anybody walk on you again in the future. You realize and you pick up these things along the path. Oh, this person did this. Wow, I really put up with that for a long time. I wonder what I was thinking about myself at the time. I wonder what I was trying to seek. I wonder what I was trying to get from that person that I didn't have myself. Maybe I was trying to get love from somebody when I didn't really fully love myself yet. Well, what's going to happen in that case? You're going to try to get it from something else. It's not how it works. It only comes from inside, because everything's a reflection on the outside. And so at some point, well, it's probably going to end, and then you're probably going to go through this extreme, terrible, painful, horrible process that's going to then lead you to love yourself. And you're going to be like, that terrible, painful process was actually wonderful because it led me to love, and it's going to have you view things differently. Just like forgiveness, when you realize they came here to hurt you so that you could learn forgiveness, wow, what a gift. And what a thing for them to have to carry, to do something so terrible and have to carry that guilt and shame. Man, that must suck. What a gift that is to them if they can overcome it. And you can understand how the world, how the universe works and weaves these stories and all these things all together, but it's all happening for us. And all it's about is spiritual development and evolution. It's about leveling up, which is exactly what we're doing when we realize every experience that we have created, and it has all come from mind, from our beliefs, from our actual thought, something that we've manifested, but it has all come from mind, and it comes from the despair and the frustration and the anguish. And when we are in that, then we are clouded over. And all the things that are ours are just sitting there just waiting to come to us, but they can't come to us when we're in those. They can't come to us. So we have to cleanse our mind. Like totally cleanse it and be free and be thankful. And when you think of every single person in your life, even the person that you're like, man, I just want to choke them. When you can think of that person and you can be like, I don't want to choke them. I just want to hug them. I want to thank them for all the wonderful things that they've shown me. They've shown me, what I don't want. They've shown me, how to set up boundaries. They've shown me how to not let people take advantage of me. Oh, wow, they've showed me so many things. And when you can look at something like this and you can look at it through the eyes of love rather than the eyes of hate or revenge or how dare you, then it shifts and changes everything. And then all these things that we want are just given. They're just given to us because we're in a vibration of love rather than resentment and hate and anger, and all of those things tighten up the body. And think of this, anytime that you tighten up, anytime that you get defensive, anytime that you resist, so somebody points something out to you and you feel the need to snark back, your body has just tensed up and tightened up. And when this is the case, the Father cannot give you what it is that you want. It's as if you've set out this little shot that has pushed him away. And so if you want to be open and you want to receive all the gifts, then you do this with love. And if somebody comes to you and they say, yeah, but this man, well, you were behaving like this, and they're bringing you some truth or they're saying something like that, and when you can openly receive it, you're like, okay, you're right, that is true. Wow, I need to look at that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that either. Wow, oh, I didn't understand. And when you can look at it in this way, through the eyes of love, everything is given. Everything is given, and you will just get whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you want. The Father knows your needs before you even know them. And it'll just show up. It'll just be gifted to you. It'll just be given. So this is what I have for you guys here today. I love you all so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. coming at you from Sedona. I do live sessions here, but I also do sessions through Zoom. If you would like a personal session, you can check out the website down below. My website is therealhealinginstitute.com. And if you would like to read the book that I channeled in 2018, A Divine Message called The Way to Peace, there's also a link for that down below. Anyways, love you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.